Let's go live on YouTube. Need to express my anger. Sometimes I gotta remind them. Yeah. Yeah. Should I try this game? Alright. I'm playing Ty. Oh, he do got Curry, huh? Wait, did he have Curry before? Boy, fried me. I think, bro. Yeah, that boy fried me with Curry. I'm talking about fried. Yeah.
This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. You take a look at the Hornets. Well, Doris, neither of these teams playing well as of late. What's the mindset tonight?
I think both teams come in thinking this is a very winnable game, and let's get ourselves on track by making sure we set the tone early. Listen, winning can be a habit, so can losing. One of these teams has got to get off the schneid.
And Halliburton has got the ball here for Charlotte. Clock at 6. To the paint. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And good luck stopping that. Giannis just makes it look so easy.
Here's Curry. Pass to Siakam. Back to Curry. Siakam the screen. And here's Turner. Ooh, stolen by Gasol. He's got a clear path.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Thompson's shot is off.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
inside. Pass to Gasol. Clock at 4. No good on the 3.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
The definition of a stretch 5, Doris. Miles Turner. He's led the league in blocks, and he can hit a 3.
It's such a valuable asset for this basketball team. When Turner is on the floor, you've got to be aware of where he is in range, and then Miles is going to protect the rim with the absolute best of them.
Antetokounmpo up top. Foul called. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. The Hornets are in the midst of a playoff drought. Their last appearance was 2015, Doris.
Yeah, B.A., that's the longest active streak in the league, not something you love to be associated with. And listen, like other organizations, they've hit on some draft picks, they've missed on some draft picks. A lot of the problem has been injuries that have plagued this organization.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Halliburton. And Turner with the block.
You're talking 6'11" and big-time length. Send it back, Mr. Turner.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee, and no surprise, Steph Curry was the topic of conversation on how they'll defend Steph. Coach laughed. Is there a way? I mean, this guy is not just a shooter. Steph's ball handling, his passing, it's what makes him an all-time great. It's always a pleasure to watch Steph Curry, and we get another chance to tonight. Guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Curry. So versatile on offense, averaging around 23.5 points per contest. Here's Halliburton. The rebound by Turner. Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Washington. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
Pass to Gasol. Back to Antetokounmpo. Now Gasol. The shot from 20 feet out. Goes back up. And it's good on the lay-in. Antetokounmpo has got his second basket of the game.
And man, does Giannis work hard on the glass. Being rewarded for his efforts right there.
Siakam outside. Rejected by Antetokounmpo. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. On the attack, Curry. And he converts the layup.
There's a craftiness to Stephen Curry's game. He just freezes defenders, and that allows him to get by on the drive.
Now Halliburton. Still without a bucket. Okoro on the wing. Back to Halliburton. Just 5 to shoot. Out left to the wing. Here's Gasol. Misses off the right iron.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
There's a screen by Turner. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Thompson outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry.
Well, the ability to rise and fire off the catch has defined Klay Thompson.
Pass to Okoro. Inside. And that one's good. Gasol.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
Now here's Curry. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
Curry understands how to take a hit, prepares for it, and makes the necessary adjustment.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Gasol. .119 left in the first quarter. Kumpo for three. The rebound by Turner. Mavericks trail by 3. Curry with it. Halliburton picks him up. Up top, Turner. And then Turner with the dunk.
And this is why Miles Turner is such a high percentage scorer. You combine length, athleticism, and basketball skills. Good luck with that, defense.
Halliburton misses.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Here's Curry. It goes. He's made 3 shots in 6 attempts.
Well, as hard as Curry plays, to me it's an underrated aspect of his game. Gets out and gets after it in the open floor.
Halliburton goes. Mavericks with a rebound.
Not a single shot has gone down this period. It is the very definition of ice cold.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
The 3 from Curry. It's not going to go for him. Gets it up. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Dallas on top. They're up by 1. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Dallas.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the
Assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Simons sinks that one from the post.
This close in, Simons is consistent. The defense really can't allow him to find that look. You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game now. And one thing we've seen from R.J. Barrett, he likes playing in a system where they move the ball, Doris.
And he likes BA when that ball moves in his direction. R.J. Barrett is a thirsty scorer. He can go off the bounce. He's working really hard to shore up that perimeter game. He has got a tremendous future.
And they seem to have a hard time picking good shots in the first quarter, but it's all coming together now for them here.
And it's in there. Richards got his first points in this one.
Boy, forget about keeping it simple. He went for the high degree of difficulty on that lay-in.
To the left wing. Stolen by Ayton. Here we go. Gafford grabs the miss. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Right side, Heel. Pass to Olynyk. Back to Heel. Shot clock at 6. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. The shot by Olynyk, no good. And so it's Dallas with it. Minnesota will be traveling to face him after this game. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club.
Well, that's coming with force. R.J. Barrett, nothing you can do to stop that.
And it's Simons with the ball for Charlotte. Trailing by 2. Pass to Gafford. Simons with it. Now guarded by Ayton. From the elbow. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Banked it in off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Well, the big man flashing his touch. DeAndre Ayton makes it look easy.
Simons up top. Taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. And the shot's good.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Pass to Aiden. The baseline J is on the way. Another one falls for Dallas.
This guy's so effective. DeAndre Ayton will take the mid-range if you concede it.
On the wing, Simons. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams at crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship.
Let's go to... Oh, hey! How about that?
Oh, my goodness, that was electric. R.J. Barrett with a little flash.
Here's Simons. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
I mean, he's just so electric. Simons putting on a show.
Pass to Aiden. Here's Pritchard. Back to Aiden. And Aiden with the stuff.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Simons with it. He's got 6. Outside for Bay. Outside heel. And the shot clock expires. Over to the wing. Back to Clarkson. Three-pointer. He buries it from 3. And now it's a 9-point Dallas lead.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He wants to review the game plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
Hornets trail by 9. And here's Halliburton. No points so far. Offline with a 3.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
It's good on the putback.
Well, you have to love DeAndre Ayton's effort, intensity, and relentlessness as a rebounder.
Here's Halliburton. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. All right, Doris, where do you think Halliburton ranks among the NBA's best point guards?
Well, he's certainly, B.A., got to be near the top of the list. Number one, his vision is absolutely tremendous. He can create on the fly. As importantly to me, it's his spirit and presence, the joy he brings to the game. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Siakam the screen. Washington left side. Curry looking it over. Shoots over Halliburton. Curry's shot is off. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Charlotte. .103 left in the second period. Halliburton outside. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc. Triple! Tyrese Halliburton.
They didn't
do themselves any favors with their shooting in the first quarter, but they're starting to pick it up now.
Right side Curry. And the foul on Tyrese Halliburton. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Hornets on D. 6-point game. Thompson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Siakam the screen. Dallas needs to get off a shot.
Well, getting in the lane and making your presence known is crucial part of the defense for these guys.
Okoro outside. To the inside. Stolen by Siakam. And now the Mavs on the run. Back to Turner. The kick out. Curry. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. It'll count. And that's not going to go. And so it's DeAndre Ayton making highlights for the Mavericks. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be back in a moment. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Hornets trail by 6. Now Halliburton. Pass to Gasol. Takes a 3. Drops in the 3. Gasol's got 5 points.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
And here's Curry for 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Antetokounmpo drives in. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 6.
That's almost unfair. Giannis with the elite handle to get there and the power to rush off the contact.
There's a screen by Turner to the middle. Back to Curry. Pass to Turner. For 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Charlotte trailing. And the big finish by Giannis.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Again, the miss by Dallas.
Well, an open 3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Here's Curry to halt the run. Washington, a good look. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry.
Stephen Curry, obviously an excellent distributor. He loves to make his teammates feel good.
Down low. The shot. Pass to Gasol. Antetokounmpo outside. Back to Gasol. Releases. Mavericks with the rebound.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Washington outside. On the wing, Curry. Looking to get it going. Oh, Curry, a magician inside.
Zero fear from Curry inside. 2 more points in his Hall of Fame career.
And he's going for the oop here. It's a one-on-one situation. Pass to Siakam. Curry takes it in. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Gasol with it. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Siakam. And that's a foul called on Isaac Okoro. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Charlotte on D. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. And the basket by Curry.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. To the paint. It's tipped. Stolen by Siakam. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
Boy, from the charity stripe, Stephen Curry will go down as one of the best to ever do it.
Washington outside. Three-pointer, no good.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
To win the drought. And Turner with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Turner. Halliburton left side.
Well, there's tremendous defensive versatility with Pascal Siakam. He's got reach, he's got length, he's got timing, and he's got quickness.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, Tyrese Halliburton, an all-star starter last season, is not done yet. He said, quote, "I want to be a champion, a Hall of Famer, and one of the greats. I want the next generation to talk about my ability as a basketball player. That's definitely the goal, and I don't ever set limits." Brian?
Allie just scratching the surface. Thank you. Good stuff there. And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
There's Simons with a three. Charlotte, no good that time either.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Hornets. They trail by 11. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Memphis, where they'll face the Grizzlies. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. And they're pushing it up. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Jordan
Clarkson has always had the ability to find teammates. That's a pretty pass.
And out of bounds, Dallas will have it.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one.
Rare turnover for them tonight. They've protected the ball, and they're trying to protect this lead.
Here's Gafford. No points yet. They can't stop the run with that one.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
The funny thing is, if that doesn't get you benched, I have no idea what would.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Dallas leading by 15. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit. The motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
And Hield puts up a deep three. Charlotte again missing. Now here's Barrett. He has 7. Pass to Aiden. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7, showing no signs of letting up.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
And the basket by Hield.
We all know this guy is a volume three-point shooter. Mr. Hield does not lack for confidence.
Clarkson's got room. Oh, he sticks that one from 20 feet. Clarkson's got 5 now.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Hield for 3. Mavericks with a rebound. Simons with a steal. Fires from way outside. The shot off that time.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. 12 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Pritchard, and the layup falls. Pritchard's got 4 points this quarter.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. Their defense has forced a number of key turnovers. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The Mavericks lead by 20. Outside Curry. And the shot goes.
Stephen Curry.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Antetokounmpo with it. Turner covering. Antetokounmpo inside. And Antetokounmpo with the jam.
Oh, man, the balance of muscle Giannis possesses is tremendous. Phenomenal at scoring on physical defenses.
And here's Curry for 3. That shot makes him 7 for 14. He's been good tonight.
Their long-range shooting since halftime has been as strong as you could hope for.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
To the wing on the left. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Outside Curry. The 3 is up. Baldwin with a rebound. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers.
And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth. Shot is good by Curry.
PJ Washington.
And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. Pass to Turner. All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Antetokounmpo inside. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And the game plan for them should be simple. Keep getting it to Giannis. The Greek freak is on fire.
Curry, that's good.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
The incomparable length. I mean, Giannis with those big strides and the reach to finish against anyone.
Outside Curry. 5 to shoot. The layup misses.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
And nothing is more terrifying than Giannis on the attack. So powerful when he takes flight.
Here's Turner. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Hornets trail by 19. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. And they'll give that one to Miles Turner. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
The fearlessness they've shown going strong inside has been impressive. The defense hasn't been very effective against them.
I also like how they've played in the painted area. They've made an effort to work on the inside and convert those chances.
That free throw misses.
The resume Giannis has built already is impressive, and he's nowhere close to being done adding to it.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. He does not get the second one.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player. B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Antetokounmpo is doubled. Well, Doris, with so many franchises, the star player has a lot of sway.
Well, to me, B.A., so much of this speaks to which star are we talking about. If you take someone like Stephen Curry, who historically has welcomed other stars to play alongside him, or has at moments in his career had to elevate young players who maybe have to play through some mistakes, he welcomes both. It depends on the star we're talking about. That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
Off with the layup. And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And with a big lead, it's easy to take your foot off the gas like they did there.
And stolen by Barrett.
Charlotte foul. Trey Murphy. First personal foul. Second.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. And a miss there off the inbound. Here's Antetokounmpo. Hey, from beyond the arc. Hits a three-pointer. Antetokounmpo has got 24.
And some fans wince when he takes them, but Giannis can and will hit the occasional three-point shot.
Turner for three. Gets the three to fall. And the Mavericks lead by 21.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And technology, always a conversation, Doris. So talk to us about wearable sensors and where that is between the league and players union.
Yeah, you know, obviously there are some privacy concerns because what these wearables give you are devices to measure how healthy a player is. What should his exertion level be based on all kinds of health information? Resting heart rate variability. What was the quality of sleep? Quality of sleep is a huge issue in the NBA with all the late flights and tip times, et cetera, cross-country travel. When you're investing millions into your players, you're trying to take the best care you can of them, and some of that goes to the information you can glean from these wearables. I love them.
6 to shoot. Antetokounmpo outside, into the lane. Oh, misses the dunk.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Here's Curry. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 25.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Mavericks.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Stephen Curry.
This guy putting on a passing clinic. If you want to know how to run an offense, roll back the tape from this evening.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 32 points in the game. Curry with it. He's picked up by Gasol. Outside Curry. Turner. Gasol grabs the board. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo outside. And so it's the Mavericks taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
I ain't even know my mic was muted. My bad. Nah, shit get boring after a while. Bro, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. That's impossible now.
Charlotte, North Carolina. 2K Sports proudly brings.
Oh, wait, no. What's most of what we gonna do?
NBA basketball from the. Home of the Hornets. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. For the Miami Heat, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Bucks.
Okay, lead a power forward and
Outside Kidd. Pass to Durant. And what a matchup we have here in the front court break.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. Now here's Okoro. He's off on that one. Good defense by Kidd. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I asked him about his team's plan in trying to contain Kevin Durant. He said, I don't think you can contain Kevin Durant. Our focus is trying to have him take tough shots. Hope he misses most of them. We'll see if they can put any pressure on KD tonight, guys.
Thank you, David. Inside, here's Pirtle. Gasol with the defensive effort. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Pass to Gasol. And it's Antetokounmpo, top of the key. Off target from three-point range. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Outside Durant. From deep. Offensive rebound.
what the fuck?
Fires the three. Traps in the tray.
Did you see that there?
KD's got 5 points so far.
KD really just rising up against anybody. That height and length makes him so dangerous.
2 and
No good.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really infects his entire team.
Halliburton, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And here is Durant. 5 points in the game.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Right side out of Kumbo. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Ball goes to Miami.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Here's Kidd. Outside Durant. Shoots the three. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Good defense by Kidd.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Durant with a wide open look. Drops it in from 14 feet away. KD's got 7 points.
Talk about finding change in the couch. Where did you get that?
And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's Halliburton. Good, nice job down low. Halliburton's got his second bucket of the night.
Halliburton using his length and getting in the lane.
Outside Kidd. Pass to KD. All sorts of time. Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Back to Halliburton. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Pass to Gasol. Back to Giannis. Three-pointer on the way. And Pirtle pulls it down.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Outside for KD. Elbow shot. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in. The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter.
What the?
To make every single one of those.
My nigga,
There are only
come
two
on,
players
bro.
who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Halliburton. Following the score by Miami. Pass to Okoro. Takes it inside.
What?
And hit from in close. Well, Heat leading by 5.
Oh my God! Can we
Durant in the
please
corner.
get a man here, bro?
Goes up from the top of the key. Count it. Durant's got 15.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot again. His teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Miami Heat. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. Back right after this. just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you guys from the Heat in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Now Simon. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Simons has got the first basket of the second quarter for the Hornets. On the wing,
and over the years, Levine has put on the muscle, which helps him on those challenging finishes at the rim.
Down low, Olynyk. And the dunk by Olynyk.
They worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
What?
We see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Elbow shot is on the way. Kick out to Levine. Good ball movement here by Miami. 5 on the clock. Again, Levine missing.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Back to Simons. Driving in. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
And how about the explosiveness of Simons? Man, can he get up and finish with power?
With the shot. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Levine's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got
What the
all
fuck
kinds
just
of
happened?
tricks up his sleeve.
Russell feeling it out a bit. From past the arc. And Zach Levine hits from deep. Levine's got the lead up to 8 now for the Heat.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer. And now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
Healed outside. Puts up a deep 3. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Simons. And there's the drive. He shoots again, and the layup is up and in. Simons has got 8.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Wagner outside. Hands it from downtown. And the Heat lead by 7.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
To the left wing. Gafford, no one around him. Nice shot from the wing. Levine feeling it out a bit. And the Heat, another 3.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. And Simon's missing. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Miami. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Russell with it. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Levine. Stolen by Okoro. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Big slam by Murphy. His teammates encourage him to be aggressive, to make plays like that.
Outside Levine. There's the screen. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Left side, Halliburton. On the clock. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
The ball goes to Miami.
The Heat leading by 8. Russell from long range. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. So it's the Hornets now. Giannis says, "Get off me!"
So hard to stop down low. Giannis gets around the basket, and it feels like within 8 feet he's going to dunk just about anything.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. There's 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
How about the reach from Giannis that time? He does not make any shot easy.
Rebound by the Heat. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Russell with the bucket.
Well, that's just a tough shot anytime you decide to shoot the floater. But D'Angelo measuring that one off nicely.
Giannis high post. He has 6. From deep. Again, Giannis missing. Now here's Levine. For 3. Doesn't go for it. And so it's the Miami Heat. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And we'll be right back after this. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Here's Halliburton. And Brent, if the super team era is indeed coming to a close, the Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
Outside, Russell. Levine for three. Gasol with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The drive by Giannis. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, go ahead and get in front of that if you want to. Man, with a dunk by Giannis.
Here's Levine. It's hauled in by Giannis. Hornets trail by 7. Oh, he misses the dunk. And here's Levine. 13 points in the game. Shot from 12. And he gets it to go. Levine's got the lead up to 9 now for the Heat.
There aren't many better at shooting from that range than Levine. He is lethal from that spot.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
He does that so well. At his size, he's always a threat to throw it down.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report.
And Levine knows how to use the spacing on the floor to his advantage, whether it's attacking the basket himself or setting up a teammate.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 12. Kevin Durant with the rebound. And KD's got the ball here for Miami. Shoots it. It's good from the top of the key. And now it's a 9-point Heat lead.
I'm scratching my head. Is there a 4-level scorer? KD could be that.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo converts inside.
Giannis can shoulder any load, and he's doing it here.
Here's KD. Second shot opportunity, and the jumper falls for him. 21 points for KD.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Here's Durant. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. KD's got 8 points in the quarter. Giannis outside. And no good that time.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game. Wow, he put a little extra on that one, didn't he?
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Some changes here for the Hornets. Now Simons. 8 points for him. He takes it in, loses his grip, and misses the dunk. Left side kid. No one near him.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Here's Simons. And he can't jam it through. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
From about 19 feet. A second chance effort. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Just not sure there's a good way to guard Kevin Durant. He's too tall, he's too skilled, and he's too quick with that release.
A trend in the NBA, and one, Brent, that I like, new downtown arenas. They seem to be everywhere.
Well, Kevin, it's because you love to eat so much, and the restaurants are nearby, so walking distance helps. But yeah, it invigorates the city. You have people clamoring to get to the arena, to get out of the offices early, and it really brings the community together. So you love to see that kind of energy and buzz around any NBA stadium.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Simons. Oh, what a jam! Simons!
Finding a way through. Contact comes Simons' way, and he just avoids it.
Here's Durant. Hits the outside fadeaway. Durant's got 34 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Tough to slow down the momentum that Simons has here. Just powered through on the drive.
Right side kid. Shoots a fader. The Hornets pull it in. 41 seconds left to play in the third. Simons with the ball. Some solid defense from Pirtle. KD, that's for 2. Good on the bucket. KD's got 36.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Speed kills, and Simons has plenty of it.
Miami leading by 18. Here's KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
And Simons, here we go. Can't answer back with the dunk of his own. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Heat running away with this one.
63.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. The Heat leading by 20. It's Durant on the wing. And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right? You think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65-game rule, all implemented with that in mind.
One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Barry, they're gonna grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big 3, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, And that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture. And he has gotten stronger. Durant's been able to do this with more regularity, powers through for the bucket, gets a chance to tack on another point at the free throw line. Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Giannis with it. He's picked up by Kidd. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Clock at 6. And the dunk by Giannis.
Not much a defender can do against Giannis there.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pass to Durant. And yes, it's good. KD's got 45 points.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And out of the Kumbo with the jam.
Gasol, always known as a great passing big man, has such good vision.
Pass to Durant. Launches it. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. KD's got 48. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Outside, out of the Kumbo. Back loose.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And it seemed like throughout this
that was something else.
There's some explosiveness inside Kevin Durant. He shows it off there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by the Heat. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
And it's Durant missing. Giannis with it. Picked up by Artest. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the result.
KD's shot is good.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Personal foul.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time.
Think about Giannis and just how special of a player he is. We know off the court the endeavors he's into. I mean, this guy has really grown into a global ambassador for the game of basketball.
Now here's Durant. Pass to Pirtle. Lots of room. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Hornets. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. The Heat making a switch here.
Miami. Number 21. Moritz Wagner.
And here are the Heat. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And he makes that one.
Kevin Durant.
Durant's got 54 points.
One of those nights that Kevin Durant is just massive for his team. For my money, this guy's the best scoring forward of all time.
And Giannis gets it to go. And here is KD. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
And the Hornets call time here. Here's Giannis. Tries a three. Bean with the rebound. Heat out offense. It's Durant with the drive. And the rejection by Giannis. Durant in the corner. Connects, the jumper drops. Durant's got 58.
Hard to argue with that plan. Give Durant the ball. Let him show why he's one of the league's best.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Here's the three. Charlotte again missing.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Miami.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Kevin Durant.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Driving to the basket. The shot's good.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Giannis outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over
to Miami.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
GG, Cameron.